So, the tutorial many of you have been requesting for is finally here. If you want to learn how to get your brow game on fleek, stay tuned and keep watching. Well, hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, kindly click on that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to smash that notification bell so that you can be reminded of any new and upcoming videos on this channel. By the end of today's tutorial, you are gonna know how to create those kind of eyebrows that help you make a statement without saying a word. Before I begin this tutorial, I just want to take you through the anatomy of the brow. The eyebrow area has got four main parts, namely the head, the body, the arc, as well as the tail. So, the easiest way to establish where on the brow these points can be found is to form imaginary lines in your mind when shaping your brows. The area marked A is known as the head of the brow. This is where the brow should start. If you're not sure where your brow should start, line the inner edge of the brow together with the outer edge of the corresponding nostril. That is your starting point. The area in between A and B is known as the body of the brow. The area in between B and C is known as the arc of the brow. The arc is the highest point of the eyebrows. If you're not sure how to find this point, just draw an imaginary line through the outer corner of the iris. The area in between C and D is known as the tail. This should be where the eyebrow ends. So if you're not sure where the brow should end, again draw an imaginary line starting from the middle of the lip, going past the outer edge of the nostril, right to the outer edge of the eye. So once you are able to master these 4 points, you will have mastered the golden ratio of eyebrow shaping. Oh, and here's a small beauty tip for you. Always remember that the tail of the brow should never be lower than the head of the brow. Try by all means to make them parallel or make the tail slightly higher. Another secret to beautiful brows is well-prepped skin. For this tutorial, I prepped using my Maybelline baby skin together with my MAC Fix Plus prepping and priming spray. Once the skin prep is done, you can move on to start brushing the brows using a spoolie brush. Please take note that the hair in the head should be brushed upwards, while the hair in the body should be brushed sideways, and the hair in the tail should be brushed downwards. Using a dark brown pencil, I began by lining my lower brow. I started from the head, worked my way through the body, to the arc, and down to the tail. I did the same on the upper brow. I repeated the process on the other brow, taking care to ensure that my starting points, my highest points, as well as my ending points are matching or similar. Once I was done outlining, again I used my spoolie brush to brush the hairs in place. To fill the brows, I used the Brow Zingz Taming and Shaping Kit from Benefit Cosmetics. This all-in-one eyebrow shaping kit contains a perfectly paired eyebrow wax and powder duo. So using my shade, which is number 5 Deep, I started off filling the body as well as the tail of the brow. I filled using soft hair-like strokes. Once I was done applying the wax, I went on to do the same application using the powder, using soft hair-like strokes. So guys, take note, I did not fill the head area, I only filled the body as well as the tail area. The head area should not be filled. Filling the head area makes the eyebrow look very harsh and unnatural. So to fill the head of the eyebrow, use a spoolie brush. Take care to drag product from the body to the head of the eyebrow. The logic behind doing this is that the spoolie brush tends to dispense less product, therefore making the eyebrow less harsh, more natural look. You need to understand that naturally your eyebrows start off lighter in the head area and then they darken in the body as well as in the tail area. So when filling in the eyebrows, we need to maintain this natural effect. So once the lining and filling was done, I went on to conceal the brow. I used this thin concealer brush from Prestige Cosmetics together with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade number 30. Another secret to beautiful brows is symmetry. The best way to ensure that your eyebrows are symmetrical is to make sure that you start applying concealer from the center of the face. While some people like to call it a unibrow, I prefer to call it a symmetrical brow. The choice is entirely up to you, hey? Take care to drag any excess concealer that remains on your brush down to your eyelids, as this creates a very excellent base for your eyeshadow application. For the top of my brows, I went in using my concealer from my MAC Cosmetics concealer palette. My concealer shade is NC50. I used the exact same technique that I used when doing the bottom brow, which is to start from the center of the face and then work my way outwards towards the tail of the brow. I know that a lot of you face difficulties once you get to this area. So, judging by the look of these eyebrows, I'm sure you can see for yourselves that they are far from perfect. So I decided to go back in using my powder brush and just fill as much as possible some of the areas that I may have over concealed or probably didn't apply enough product. Once the concealer has been applied, it needs to be blended out. To blend the concealer into the skin, I used my rounded, fluffy blending brush. Take care to blend the concealer on the lower brow downwards and the concealer on the upper brow upwards. Go as close to the brow line as you possibly can and be cautious enough not to erase the work you've done. Another big mistake that a lot of people make is to fail to separate the brows. Well, remember the starting and finishing points that I showed you at the beginning of this video? Well, this is where you're gonna apply them. Draw your imaginary line through the corner of the eye. This is gonna show you where your eyebrow needs to begin. Another trick I like to use is to tease the head of the brow using the back end of my concealer brush, like so. This just helps to further soften the head area and give more of an ombre effect. Again, taking my spoolie brush and just brushing in the product. After a few last minute final touches, voila! This is the finished look. Guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share on my videos. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly note that you can do so by clicking on the link which is in the description box below. Also note that you can follow me on my other social media pages. The links to all these are also in the description box below. Also note that this is a commentary channel, so please feel free to give me any thoughts or comments or suggestions of any videos that you'd like me to do for you. Guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch my video and for chilling and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Between now until the next video, remember to be fabulous and stay fabulous, because fabulous is what you are.